This is the 2026 Honda Passport. Did Honda make the changes you were hoping for? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Holmes Honda and we're going to get our first look at this fully redesigned and very much repurposed in a lot of ways Honda Passport for the 2026 model year. Now this is the Passport TrailSport Elite S. That is a mouthful to say. So I'm going to show you what's here. As I can get my hands on additional trim levels, I will show those to you as well. Now this model is already sold. That's why it's sitting here in the showroom for the moment. The owners are coming to pick it up the day after I film this video, but I will definitely keep you up to date as to what is available. So let's take a look at what we have here. A more squared off front end than what we had with the previous generation of the Passport. And you'll notice the difference in the design of the headlights. A little bit more squared off look here. We're going to have our turn signal indicators right here and daytime running lights. LED as far as that goes. We'll also have our LED fog lights. Now there's one thing here that I know a lot of you like about that, because I know a lot of you have told me, Tom, I need fog lights and I want to buy a two-row Honda SUV. Here is your option, because as you know, you don't get those fog lights on the CR-V. You also have the recovery hooks here. They're going to be orange here on this TrailSport trim level. And as we work our way up, the only thing I wish was a little different here. While I do like the design here of what we have, that's not actually a functional air intake of any sort. Maybe not the worst thing. The good thing about that is that I think it's better than having just a solid hood here with nothing at all. So it does help to break things up and give the front end a little bit more of an aggressive look. And the Honda logo is actually blacked out here, as you can see. We'll find our TrailSport logo as well. And you'll notice that we have a camera right here. There are cameras all over this Passport. You'll see the Passport name is going to be stamped right here into the front end. Would be kind of cool to maybe have some insert or something like that right there, but maybe not. Then again, I don't know, maybe that would defeat the purpose. Tell me what your thoughts are. But a combination of some colors here between the gloss black, our TrailSport logo, we're going to have a matte black finish, or flat black as some people call it. There it is, a couple of different options as far as, or different colors as far as what we have. Now in the right places where you do need a matte finish, we have that. With the surround on our fenders, 275/60 all-terrain tires surrounding the 18-inch wheels. What do you think about the design of these wheels? I think Honda did a very nice job. You will find the HPD logo on these wheels, and you can get a little bit of a look in here at the suspension. A little bit hard to tell what everything looks like here in the showroom just because I haven't turned the wheels. As we work our way up, we'll find the new design for the side view mirrors. Gloss black with the mirror caps. They're still going to have all that great functionality that I know a lot of you like. We're going to have the turn signal indicators built in. That's always a plus. They're heated. They're power adjustable. Blind spot monitoring is right there, or blind spot information system as Honda calls it. Now I'm going to come right here and I'm going to push that button. And when I do, there's one more function that I know a lot of you like to have with your side view mirrors when it comes to your vehicles. And we'll also find the new generation remote right here for the Passport. Lock, unlock, remote start. You can open and close your power hands-free tailgate right there. And then we'll also have the panic button there in case you need that. The gloss black on the door handles I think works really well against this platinum white exterior color. Nice dark windows, keep you nice and cool during the summer. You're going to have the darker tint obviously on the back windows. We're going to have the roof rails up top where you can go ahead and get your crossbars and increase your cargo capacity. And for those of you who have been saying, Tom, I don't want a conventional size sunroof, there you go. Here is one of those boxes you can check off because you have the panoramic sunroof here. That front portion will tilt and slide open, and you also have a power shade right here that can be drawn forward when you need to do that. And you'll see that we have the platinum white exterior and the brown interior. So for those of you who say, I'm not really interested in that all black interior, there is a great option for you. And you'll notice that everything, again, nice and squared off back here. I think it gives it a nice aggressive look. but it still has a sporty look at the same time. Our rear roof spoiler or tailgate spoiler is back here along with the rear window wiper. And the rear end, I think, looks pretty nice here. Definitely going to have everything you need here. Your LED tail lights, you're going to have the towing package, and everything to help out with your trailering, all that good stuff. Now, one thing that will be different here, and that's why we have the placement of the sticker to tell you how to use the power hands-free tailgate, is the fact that obviously you're going to kick your foot underneath this area right here to make that open. So when you have the remote in your possession, you can do that. Very easy to deal with. And the same way as we've seen in the past, if you want to change the height of the tailgate, you're going to bring it down to whatever height it is, hold the button down, listen for the beeps, and then when I open that back up, it's going to open up to the height where I just said it. You can also see that stamped Passport logo right here on the rear door as well. So let me give that just a second and make sure that will open for us again. And you'll see that it's reset to a different height. Then all you have to do is move it to wherever you want it to be and hold that button down again and you're good to go. Under the hood, there's also a change to talk about. This is the dual overhead cam version of the Honda 3.5 liter V6. And while there's not a massive difference in horsepower, you do gain 5. So it goes from 280 to 285 compared to the outgoing engine that the previous generation had. The torque numbers remain the same at 262 pounds-feet, but it is now mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission as opposed to the 9-speed. How about the MPGs? Let's go take a look at the window sticker to see what that tells us. We're looking at 18 city, 23 highway, 20 combined, and 5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. We talked about your MPGs. What about your gas tank size? It's 18.5 gallons in capacity. One more thing I wanted to show you here is the change under the hood when it comes to how the hood stays up. You don't have to go hunting around for a prop rod anymore because we now have the struts that are going to hold the hood up when it's open. Towing capacity comes in on this all-wheel drive model at 5,000 pounds, and you're looking at 50.5 to 100.7 up to 100.8 cubic feet worth of cargo capacity. I lowered the rear seats down so that you can see how everything looks when it is maximized. But there's still a lot to talk about back here. We're going to have some simple little things such as space behind the fender wells right here as far as your storage space goes, but that's not all there is. You can actually remove this floor completely out of here if you want to. Just like that, it can come out instead of just going into this up position, and it makes it easy to gain access to your spare tire. Now here's something that's very interesting about the way this rear area is set up and intended to be used. You can actually move the spare tire over, and I'll show you where to put that so you can change up how you have your space set up here. This area right here is where you can actually have the tire. It will stand up right here. It can be mounted in place. That actually helps out quite a bit. And you can obviously remove the cover right here for the floor to protect the carpet and all that good stuff. You can see your Passport logo right there. Pretty easy to deal with, right? You're also going to have some space right here and space right here as far as your storage goes. Now, let's say that you have all of your different things back here. In fact, before I cover that, let me do one more thing here, which is going to be the power outlet right there. But what I want to do is go ahead and push this button right here. You'll notice that illuminates. And let's say I'm standing back here gathering up everything that I have in my little cubbies and all these different areas right here. But I don't want to have to do anything to close the tailgate. That is called the walk-away feature. And you're going to notice that all I did was push that button. And now when I walk away and my hands are full, hear that beep? The tailgate is automatically going to close. I think that's a pretty cool feature. Let's talk about what your rear seat passengers are going to find. Nothing new for the Passport here, but I might as well show it since it's here. You're going to have the shades that can be put in place on both doors, the privacy shades. But I really like the interior color. This brown color really pops and seems to match this particular model very well. Very comfortable armrest, and we're going to have the upper and the lower door bins. Couple of bottle holders right there and plenty of space down here, especially in that bottom door bin. Now, one thing I know a lot of people are going to ask about, I might as well answer this question. Do the rear seats recline? They do have a little bit of recline built into them, but they don't change position. So all you can do is use that release right there to change the position of the seat back, whether it's flat or in the upright position. And something that I have to really give Honda kudos on, in my opinion, this is how all rear seat fold-down armrests with cup holders should be built in. And why is that? Because you have the vertical cup holders as opposed to the parallel. So when there's a cup in each one, the passengers can still use this area as an armrest, and so its functionality is never an issue. Something I really like. So let's hop on inside here. We're going to notice that we also have the upper pocket right here, a little bit of space there, and plenty of space with the lower seat pocket as well. And that's not just on the driver's side, it's going to be on the passenger side as well. And here's the command center with our air conditioning vents. We can turn the heated outboard seats on, 3 stages there. You can change the fan speed and the temperature. We'll also have our power outlet right there and a couple of 12-volt power outlets as well. So quite a bit going on back here, and definitely no shortage of space. I like the fact that there's plenty of interior lighting for when it's dark. That helps out. And there's a little bit of a different view from the panoramic sunroof. And how about the sticker price? $55,555 is going to be the price on this particular model. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit lower depending on trim level. So let's see what else you get for the price. By the way, this model does come with off-road tuned suspension, and there is some underbody protection available, and even things you can add such as rock sliders. It sits a little bit higher off the ground, and there is definitely a lot going on here to talk about. Power adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. They are heated and ventilated. The only thing missing over here on the passenger side is that you can't raise and lower the height of the seat, and it doesn't have lumbar support. But everything else is there. The TrailSport logo is in the headrests. Honda hasn't listened to me yet because I keep saying they need to put that in the headrest on the back seats as well. If it's on the front seat headrest, it should be on the back as well. At least that's my opinion on the matter. Large armrest again. A little bit larger space there, a little bit more space, I should say, the upper and the lower door bins as well. And I like what Honda has done right here where there's space. That's something good to have. Taking advantage of that space that a lot of automakers just leave some piece of trim right there. And your glove box right here, plenty of room where that is concerned. Over here on the driver's side door, seat memory. Should have that on the passenger side as well at this price point, at least in my opinion. Maybe anytime you have seat memory, it should be on the driver and the passenger sides. The control right there I showed you earlier for your power folding side view mirrors. And then you can control your power mirror settings right there as far as their position. Lock and unlock. You can lock and unlock the windows and raise and lower the windows right here. You can also see what we have right here. If you need to open and close the power tailgate from the driver's seat, you can do that. Nothing new here, but it is here. I might as well show it. We're going to have the lever we can drop to adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. Here's your button for the heated functionality. And something that hasn't changed is the fact that your turn signal indicators are still located on this side for those of you who have been to turn signal school and regularly keep your vehicles filled with turn signal fluid. And you can turn your headlights on right here and your fog lights, or just set the headlights to auto if you want to. The new 10.2-inch driver's display, you can actually change how that looks. So if you want a different look, you can do that. But here's something that's pretty interesting. When you turn your turn signal indicators on, see how they're blinking there on the likeness of your passport? And then when you turn the headlights on, they come on there as well. If I put my foot on the brake pedal, those come on too. And I don't have the engine running here in the showroom for obvious reasons, but I'm guessing that it will also get down into what I call the ready, set, go position, where it basically gets down like this instead of being in kind of that up position. But there you go. Interesting things to show. Everything over here you're used to seeing on a lot of the other Honda vehicles that have been redesigned as far as the steering wheel mounted controls go. Everything for changing stations and what you're listening to, volume right there. And if you do want to go through and take a look at a few different things here, you can use that scroll wheel. Here's how you're going to make changes to the display. You have Alexa, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You wirelessly pair your smartphone, by the way, Bluetooth, just to show you what all is here in case you're curious. And if you want to go back, we just do that and push on the scroll wheel right there. That is nothing new for Honda, but it is nice to see this simplicity here for the Passport. And we can also go through quite a few things here as well, doing the same thing on the right-hand side. So if you're curious to know what all is here, there's quite a bit going on to help you when you're off-road. This model is capable off-road. You can bring up your navigation if you want to right there, and then just go through whatever you need to. The hunt and peck method will serve you very well. Your adaptive cruise control right there, and your shifter paddles for working your way back and forth through that 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, there's actually 3 different functions that this lever performs. Well, maybe we should even say 4, because you can run your windshield washer fluid. You can also control your front and rear window wipers, and you can use this button right here. And what does that do? We're going to get our first look at the 13.2-inch touchscreen, all new for the Passport for 2026. Here's what happens when I bring that up. That's your trail cam right there. You're going to have multiple camera views on and around the Passport, so you can go around and take a look at quite a few different things. We can push that button and go and look around. You also have your overhead view. Now, again, not going to start the vehicle in the showroom here, but it will also bring up the rear view camera view, and we can go back right here. I like it. It's clean. It works really well. You can change what's over here on the right-hand side. Now, for those who might ask, can you get rid of this section and just have this all be the touchscreen as far as this section goes? No, you can't. The only thing you can do is scroll through your different options right here, depending on what you want to see right there. So if that's what you want to do or whatever you want to change, you can do that. You can see Apple CarPlay and Android Auto right here. Also Alexa. You have your maps built in. The Play Store is there. And something that's really interesting here, if you're wondering, well, what other colors are available for the 26 Passport, Tom? Here's a very interesting way to show you that. Now, there is the likeness of your Passport on the screen. If we go up here to menu, maybe you have a different color. We're going to go right here and we can actually see all of the different colors. So if you're wondering about that, maybe you have a different color than what we have here with platinum white, well, you can select the appropriate color. And some of these colors I'm very interested to see in person. We'll just have to see what comes in over the next few months here at Holmes Honda and see what I can show you. But there you go. There's all of your different colors. So if you come in and your Passport is not the right color on the screen, you know how to change that. And it's pretty simple to figure out what you need to do here as far as different things go, depending on what you need to see and what you might need to change. So that's easy to deal with right there. Just to show you some of the quick little settings here. You have your lighting settings, your interior dimming time, and all that good stuff that's going to be here. There's so much here, I could make a whole video on the screen by itself, which, by the way, that flickering effects you see is not really happening. That's just happening through my camera, in case you were curious to know about that. Now, let's run down here. In fact, before we do that, here's your button for starting and stopping the engine. There is something that I know is very convenient for a lot of people, the button for turning the radio on and off and adjusting the volume, and our Passport logo right there. Again, stamped in. See that not only on the exterior, but the interior as well. Dual zone climate control, and like I said, you have the ventilated seats, 3 different stages, and the heated seats, 3 different stages of that as well. You can adjust the rear settings from here if you need to. Easy to figure out with your dual zone climate control. You can sync the 2 sides together, whatever you want to do with that. And we'll have a couple of USB options here, a 12-volt power outlet. One thing I do wish Honda did is maybe have some kind of connectivity up here in this area. But maybe not a big deal since we have it right here. Now, we do have the single wireless charging pad. I would love to see a second wireless charging pad here, maybe in the future. Just something that I think about when I see these sorts of things. You'll still have your push-button shifter. Some people like it, some people don't. But one of the advantages to that is if the driver has a drink in one of these cup holders here, and the shifter had a conventional style shifter that was all the way back, well, they'd have to reach around that to get to the drinks. And you'll notice that we have our drive mode selector here. On the TrailSport trim level, it's going to be orange. Let's see what those driving modes are, because there are quite a few. There's normal. We're going to have econ, snow, trail, sand, tow mode, and then we go all the way back up here to the top, and we're going to have sport mode. So depending on what you want to drive in, there's literally everything you need. The auto stop start system, you can turn that on and off right here, or idle stop as Honda calls it. Hill descent control right there. And then we have our power parking brake and brake hold mode. And you can see the design here on the cup holders or around the cup holders. Also, you're going to have the TrailSport logo on the floor mats. Plenty of room here with the center console. The lid doubles as an armrest, and there is plenty of room within that area. We'll also find the sunglass holder. Nice to see that that's still here. I've seen a lot of automakers going away from that. And the controls for your sunroof and your power shade. Quite a bit going on here depending on what you want to do. There's a little bit of everything, it seems, for just about everybody. But keep in mind, this is obviously a higher trim level. You don't have to go this high. As I can get access to other trim levels, I will definitely show those to you as time allows, depending on what's available here at Holmes Honda. Okay, tell me what you think about the 2026 Honda Passport. Did Honda make the changes you were hoping for? I'm always curious to receive your feedback. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Passport for the day so I could tell you all about it and show you the changes. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And please be sure to share this video on your timelines on social media. If you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.